Yeah, I've really enjoyed it at Aston Villa so far. It's been a good start to the season. I got a great feel, great welcome when I first signed at the club. There's a lot of positive momentum, I think, on the back end of last season. Coming up through the playoffs is always a great way to do it. You could feel that sort of positive atmosphere, that positive vibe throughout the whole club with the fans. So yeah, it's been a thoroughly enjoyable start. I've enjoyed pulling on the shirt, wearing the shirt. As I say, we've had a good start. We've got some decent points on the board. We've put in some good performances and could argue have a few more. So I think, yeah, it's been a rock solid start and a good base to now go and kick on from the rest of the season. I think obviously winning in the last minute is always a fantastic way to win a football match. The emotion involved in that is incredible, really difficult to replicate anywhere else. Brighton were an excellent side. They played some good football. Obviously went ahead, went down to 10 men, and we came back into the game. I thought we scored. Obviously VAR excluded. We scored a good few goals, minimised their opportunities. Sometimes difficult against 10 men, which we've found so far this season. But the noise at Villa Park when we score is incredible. It's great to be a part of, especially when it's a winner like that last minute. It's just, as I say, difficult to replicate any feeling like that. Yeah, they've been excellent, really, in my time here so far. It's been a real sort of incredible atmosphere, incredible noise. I think in our first win at Everton, when we played Everton at home under the lights, was a sort of marker for me of what the atmosphere what it's like. And it's been like that ever since. The travelling support is superb. So yeah, they really do support well. There's an incredible amount of passion there, and yeah, it's nice to be putting on that shirt with that behind you. And I think that's the sort of thing that can make the difference in those sort of last minute of games. I think there's been a few really good moments. I enjoyed my league debut for Villa away at Tottenham. I thought we played really well in the game. We just ran out of steam. I think our first win and clean sheet, Everton at home, with the atmosphere and what have you, was an incredible day. And again at Brighton, it was coming from behind, last minute winner. You don't get many better feelings like that in football. So there's been a few highlights for me so far. As I say, I'm enjoying it week in, week out. It's a great set of lads. We're trying to build something special, and I think you can feel that at the moment. That's right. I think widely regarded as the two best teams in the league, City, Liverpool, playing them back to back, and that's what the Premier League's about. There's no fear, there's no worry there. Just a hunger to go and embrace the games and look to put our stamp on the game, and go and try and get the result, try and get the wins. Of course, it's going to be tough. We know how much quality they've got. We know, they're both great sides, but we've got a lot of quality here, and that's the sort of team we want to go up against. We've seen this season already that it can be done, and we just want to make sure we give ourselves the best possible chance of doing it and giving everything we've got for the shirt. And I think if we do that, we're going to give ourselves a chance. Yeah, difficult to say. Obviously, City and Liverpool both been excellent over the last few years. Really, I think Liverpool have probably started stronger. City have slipped up too strong, but they've dropped a couple more points. But there's an awful long way to go. They've both got immense quality. I think City at the minute struggling in the centre-back position, which could be hampering them perhaps a little bit. It's always going to be difficult to call. At this moment, you probably edge Liverpool in terms of they're in the better position in the league. They've got a points advantage, but still very early to tell. I think, looking over the past few years, you write Man City off at your peril. Yeah, I've been spoken to the lads and quite a few of the staff. Everyone's spoken about the Wolves game, what an atmosphere it'll be. Fierce rivalry in there, as you say. There's a couple of fierce rivalries. Obviously, we all know the big one, but they said it'll be a very hostile game. So I'm looking forward to it. As a player, they're the sort of atmospheres you want to go and play in. As ever in football, there's no guarantees the result, but I think as a club and as players and as fans, if you see people giving everything they've got from the shirt, doing all they can, trying to get it right, trying to put the performance in. As I say, I'm a big believer that always you keep doing that over a period of time, it always brings the right results, and I think you can support that. So they're the days that we need to make sure that that's happening and one to look forward to. We don't like to limit really where we can go. I think you look at game by game, going in to go and get results, go and get wins, go and get points on the board. At the minute there's no set target other than the obvious one, which I think that the sort of the first priority is to stay in the division, of course. But beyond that, I don't think there should be any limitations to it. It's certainly turned out to be a tight league this year. There shouldn't be a restriction or limitation mentally in terms of how far we can go. Yes, there'll be challenges along the way, but I think if we hit them head on, who knows? We'll certainly look to take that forward. So yeah, I think we'll take game by game and see where it takes us. Yeah, I've enjoyed the passion so far from the club, from the fans. Obviously, it also comes with expectation of the football club and the history of it and how they go about it. And I've enjoyed taking that on. That's a big part of the football club for me. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying being out there. I think we've got a really good group, and yeah, I think everyone's thriving on that at the minute. And I think you can feel that with the fans. I've mentioned already the positive sort of momentum that we've got. The atmosphere in the grounds, even the games where we haven't won, you can still feel that support, and I think that's vital. And I think, as a supporter, certainly in my experience, when you see players doing everything they can, I think everyone knows it's not always going to go your way. It's not always going to go to plan. You're not always going to win every game, but you can certainly give everything you can to do that. And when supporters see players doing that, you can support it. And I think that's certainly the feel here so far in my experience. Yeah, I've really enjoyed working under Dean so far. He's been really, really good. Having spoken to him on the phone a couple of times when I was signing, he was clear in his ideas, and I really enjoyed that. He's obviously got an attacking philosophy, which I think you've seen so far this season. He said to me at the time he wants to go and take the Premier League on. He doesn't want to sort of sit back and be wary of it. He wants to go into every game, looking to get the result, and I think you've seen that, which is great. There's a real clarity from his tactical ideas. Clear on how he wants to play. So yeah, it's been superb so far, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, obviously, it's been great on the back of my injury a couple of years ago, getting back involved with the squad. Obviously, the ambition is to go and play and be the number one. I'm always wary of talking about it too much. Jordan's in the shirt at the moment and doing a fantastic job. But I've always said my thinking's intrinsic in terms of what I'm doing. I'm a big believer in performances do the talking, not with the mouth. Of course, I harbour massive England ambitions. With the Euros coming up in the summer, of course, I'm doing all I can to get in that shirt. But for me, it's not about talking about it. It's about proving that on the pitch, putting the performances in, putting the consistency in, and hopefully, if the opportunity comes, then yeah, you've got the platform to hopefully go and do it. Yeah, there is. There's a real good relationship. I think as a goalkeeper, you grow up understanding that, in club positions, in international positions, there's a goalkeeping department. One goalkeeper can play in the team, and it's everyone else's job to get in the team. There's no, of course, the manager's picking the team in terms of that. But for me, it's always been a competition with myself. It's not so much what anyone else is doing; it's what I'm doing. Thinking about how I'm going about it, how I can get better, what I can do more of. So yeah, so there's never been any issue really with any other goalkeepers. As I say, I have a fantastic relationship with all the lads at international level, at club level, and I enjoy competing against each other in terms of working with each other each day. But in terms of my motivation, it's not. I don't use other people really for my motivation. It's always internal really, how I view it, where I want to go with it. So yeah, that's just my take on it. Yeah, I think probably as a player, it has to be really. I think coming on the pitch for my England debut, we were playing at the stadium at Light against Australia. We went 2-1 down. I was warming up for 20 minutes and unfortunately scored while I was warming up, which I think delayed me coming on a little bit. But I think I came on for the last sort of 5, 6, 7 minutes, 2 touches of it. But you know, it was a brilliant moment for me. That's probably equalled by the first start for England against France at the Stade de France in Paris. It was, you know, an incredible moment. Stood there singing the national anthem, wearing the England shirt, the #1 jersey. So yeah, those two probably an equal for me. You know, incredible moments and ones that I cherish, and also, you know, motivate you to go and get more. That's certainly the plan. I think it's right. There's a real excitement. You know, you look at the sort of the fresh impetus that Gareth brought. Obviously, going into the World Cup, you know, it was a real successful World Cup. Getting to the semi-final was a good achievement, and it's just consistent looking to build on that. And that's his philosophy, really. Keep moving things forward. You know, you look at the quality that we've got in the squad and the options as well. The players getting left out of the squad. You know, top players. So I think it only bodes well. Of course, tournament football, you never know. It's often on a knife edge, but I think at the minute there's a real positive sort of hope and a lot of excitement surrounding it. So yeah, I think it's a real good time to be an England fan, an England player. Obviously, I'm desperate to be involved in it. And as I say, I think with the games, a lot of the games at Wembley in the Euros in the summer, I think it's got all the makings of potentially being very successful.